No idea is a bad idea.
Bad idea is a bad idea.
Is freelancing better? Is working for a corporate better? Or having your own studio? I have some chits in my hand and I want you guys to create a mood board for this particular prompt.
Design an energy drink for people stuck in Bangalore traffic. I mean,
And she's not even the Bangalore. The world is built on colors, patterns, and design, the very foundation of visual identity. Welcome to episode 3 of Brut Table. Today, we're breaking down what it really takes to create a strong visual identity for a brand or a personality. This one's for you, aspiring studio owners, creative professionals, and anybody who wants to start a career in design. Can you please introduce yourselves?
I'm Meroo Seth. I'm a graphic designer, illustrator, and co-founder of Mechiko.design with my partner Nachiket.
Hi, I'm Saptarshi Prakash. I'm a digital product designer. I work at Swiggy.
I'm Rajesh. I'm formally trained as a graphic designer and interaction designer. And currently, along with my partner Mohor, I run co-design brand consultants.
I'm Abhishek Duranni, a creative director, and along with my partner Netra, I co-run Studio Sorted.
Let's start with, what is your favorite font? I'll start with you, Durrani.
Satoshi.
Satoshi is good,
I don't know, it's also because it's by an Indian type foundry. It's also called Indian type foundry. I like it because it's clean and functional.
One of my recent favorites is this typeface called Matter. It's a grotesque font, pretty clean, good X height, has a wide range of weights.
And what is a font that you guys will never use?
Arial.
Okay.
I haven't used it and I'll retire if I use it. Because it's now on record.
Okay, strong feelings. What about you?
For me, I would like to ban the Joker Man font. I think it'll kill me a little if I have to use it. Like, it has all these spikes and it's very weird looking font.
When you guys are creating identities, visual identities for brands, right? What do you guys see? Do you guys lock yourself in and sort of get into the zone?
We don't start with visuals at all, like in the beginning. It's more about like figuring out what the brand, like understanding the brand in depth. Basically, brands are like people. Like, some are funny, some are weird, some are strange in a good way, but like you need to understand that first.
I try to get answers to 3 questions pretty early on, right? One is, what is it? Who is it for, and what is it supposed to do? What is it expected to do, right? Evoke some emotion or do some job and all of that.
It's so important to postpone the visual part in visual design because that you're itching to get on. And your brain is fooling around with you because it keeps holding on to some inspirations, dying to recycle it. If you meet me for the first time on a street and ask for directions, whatever direction I tell you, you're going to double check because you don't know me. But if you know me for 5 years, you're not going to double check my directions. Take a right. So meet often.
We underestimate how much our subconscious can hold. Something, maybe a packaging candy I'd had 15 years ago, suddenly the brief comes to me and my mind will create that spark. Sometimes client wants to hold something back thinking if I tell you that, then you will do that. I'm like, no, give me everything, because if you don't, deep inside you will keep trying to scout that in my work. From that till the time we are ready with our presentation, we tell what we say at studio is garbage in, garbage in. And I think when we feel, okay, we have a lot of garbage, now let's all get together and remove some things out of it.
Is it true or false? No idea is a bad idea?
True.
True? Why, Rajesh? Why do you think this is a true statement?
No, bad idea is a bad idea. But I think what they're trying to do is that people, when they think it's a bad idea, it's actually, there's a lot of potential in that.
There's something good and maybe even in a bad idea.
Like in my experience, when I'm sitting with the team, and we prefer loose sheets because you can put them up, you can put them on floor, you can walk around it, and usually everyone is saying, has everyone put all the sheets? There's this one person who will then pull out one sheet who's like very shy. People are shy of sharing bold ideas, thinking that it might be mistaken for stupid ideas.
Sometimes when the team is sketching, I tell them to use the thickest brush you can, because when you use thick brush, you don't have time for details.
One project that you guys are really proud of.
Project that we did for a client in New Zealand.
Okay.
The brand name is Dabbawala.
New Zealand Dabbawala.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So they wanted like a delivery service, but they'll also like sell like groceries eventually, like Indian groceries. So the target audience was like Indian consumers, but also like people from
friends,
there.
yeah.
It's like about representing India outside, where every time like when you go outside, you see like restaurants and stuff like that. Not everywhere, like it's too stereotypical, like too Bollywood. For us, we made these projects like very contemporary, but of course, very rooted. Like the Dabbawala project, we were inspired by like Bollywood posters. The typography was the extruded type, but like done in a modern way.
We have this new product called Snack. So when we were building that, our main idea was to appeal to the younger people because they were the target audience. So the branding had to reflect that, right? We realized that many of them like to take decisions on the fly. They're very spontaneous. So we thought, okay, what if we also be spontaneous in the way we decide how we design this? Somebody said, we should have cats on that. Yeah, let's do it. We used that as illustration, personified a mascot. We made it where
I have that exact billboard in front of my house.
you have that, right? Yeah. So that cat was crafted on Adobe Firefly, where things were really fast. It was fun. If you have used the app, you'd see that there's a fluorescent green color that we use, right? So the hex code of that green is Cafe 33, CAFE 33. Internally, the code name was called Cafe. And when we were building it, we built it in a hackathon mode, and there was in a room, there were 33 people sitting and working, right? So Cafe 33.
Yeah.
Speaking of old times,
That's me. Two things. That may you never have a favorite project. B, your favorite project should be the last one. Can you see the wisdom coming?
yeah.
So, the studio started in December 2004. So 2013, we were approached by none other than Royal Enfield motorcycles, not to do anything. They just wanted to meet. And these meetings went on for 4 months. And in those 4 months, we realized they're talking to many bigger global studios, Indian studios also. And Siddharth Lal was always sitting in those meetings. We were going through the research material, we were studying the British heritage in design. There was so much to know. It took us, I think, around 4 to 5 months before we lifted a pencil. Very rarely you learn on the job. We had not done that kind of a work. So you have to learn, let's say learn in the evenings and night and deploy stuff in the morning. The logo type which you see, Royal Enfield.
The R going into the O. Yes.
There's a sheet on which he had signed that this is the final one. So nobody in Royal Enfield knows that we did 139 iterations on that after they signed it off. Because one day this thing will come on a traffic light, dig, 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 and stand. If it's something you notice that is not right, I'll kill myself. Now it feels nice.
Mr. Duranni, what is the most sorted brand project you worked on and sorted?
A lot of our inspiration sitting in India come from the Western world, right? This project, it was for a smash burgers joint in Bangalore. We did the brand identity, the strategy, the naming, everything. Me and my wife, we were going to the US for 30 days. That was my first time. So being a serial consumer, I was just very excited. I'm gonna go to the US, I'm gonna go to all supermarkets, blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna just live capitalism, right? I have a list of inspirations or some references that my team gave, the client gave, and I took away and absorbed things that as a consumer, it made an impact on me.
Does this also depend on how the client is?
So if they are not aligned with what, or they don't trust you or stuff like that, then it backfires for sure.
And it's quite evident working with a first-time client versus a seasoned entrepreneur.
Yes.
It's you can learn everything from everyone, but a seasoned entrepreneur would, it will be much faster in terms of the decision making.
Students who generally come out of college, they have different options. Is freelancing better? Is working for a corporate better? Or having your own studio?
I would honestly suggest everyone to start working in a studio or corporate, because like you'll meet mentors or like even your teammates who will inspire you at that time. Start making self-initiated projects or create the things that you like in your own time, so that you can figure out your own superpower first. and then you can build your own spaceship.
A studio sort of a setup gives you breadth, different kinds of projects and clients that you can work with, right? An individual, a solo entrepreneur or a freelancer gives you a lot of control around what you want to take up, what you don't want to take up. What corporate gives you is scale.
Internally, right, as creatives, where do you find the balance between human creativity, analog, and of course the new thing, AI?
You need to take it like as a support tool. Like we do a lot of packaging design, so we use like the 3D tool in Illustrator. So basically you can like mock up quickly. Also we are using this 360-degree turntable which is newly come. It will give you all the different angles. So you just need to design one angle, like the front, let's say, and then it'll give you. So that's like so quick. Otherwise you had to redraw each and every angle. Or it can be of anything, not only character, like even a logo, anything.
It helps me vision stuff. For example, you can literally take the picture of this table and that chair, very different styles, and ask an AI tool to cook them together and have a blended version of it, right? Yeah, some like tools like Firefly and all has been doing that. But what I see AI not doing yet, and I don't know if it will do in the future or not, that it cannot get into a room and convince the stakeholders why this design.
Moving on to the rapid fire rounds. Are you guys ready? It's going to be fiery. Okay. In the entire process of designing a brand identity, what's the one thing that you love and one thing that you hate?
I love when people, like when I'm presenting an idea and people are in awe and say that, this absolutely hit the brief.
I personally like is the idea craft thing is that you first have to come up with an idea with this translation into visual form. I'm still in awe of this.
You forgot to say one thing that you hate about the process.
Change of brief after third meeting.
Everyone in unison agrees.
What I love about branding would be how a very small insight can just lead to a big world building. What I hate, final print files.
An Indian brand that inspired you and your work.
I love Amul and Fevicol.
Legends.
I think Amul, and I think that's a good example of how like good brand design can stand the test of time. Good universal mascot can go through everything, and I think Fevicol for just their creativity.
Amul and Fevicol, and I wanted to say as well because but now that you have said
No, now you can't say Amul and Fevicol.
that's the
Those are the
there is
right answer.
I think a great brand is the one where even if the name is not present, it is that brand. There's this brand called Noise. Even when it is not written, I see similar colors. I think that, hey, that must be a Noise packet.
Yeah, like you want to buy it.
Yeah, that's what
Okay, a question to you, Mr. Rajesh. What is more important, consistency in design or pushing the envelope?
Oh, tough one. I'll fuse the two. I think consistently pushing the envelope.
For our students who are watching this, can you please elaborate?
You asked for elaboration.
Briefly, and then I said briefly.
Briefly elaborate. Okay. I think consistency is something that you just need to remember, but that does not mean the Swiss style of 70s and 80s. Well, what she means is that consistency of tonality. Consistently telling me that there is a better thing we can do than the last campaign.
And you do hands-on designing. I want to ask you a design software that you and your partner rely on the most.
I would say Illustrator all the way, but Photoshop and InDesign are good moral supporters as well.
Okay.
Yeah, and sometimes also After Effects for like some motion design work.
We have been using Firefly a lot these days.
Yeah. I mean, they've integrated it quite well.
And one thing you learned the hard way in your early days of your career.
Accounting.
First one is don't fall in love with your designs. And the second thing is it's okay to make mistakes.
If you could ban one feedback phrase forever, which one would it be?
Can we combine all the roots?
Maza nahi aa raha hai.
It's always that one.
Yes.
The fear of decision making happens and somebody comes up with this brilliant idea of let's put it to a vote.
Yes.
We're going to play an interesting segment, a really cool one. So bring out your designing tools. I have some chits in my hand. They are hypothetical prompts. which will help you create a mood board. And I want you guys to create a mood board for this particular prompt. Pick your chips.
I don't know why I did it in haste.
No, I get it.
Design an energy drink for people stuck in Bangalore traffic. I mean,
And she's not even the Bangalore.
A chai biscuit brand for people who absolutely hate coffee. Guys, I love coffee. This is not what you give it to me. And I'm from Bangalore, come on.
That's the challenge right there.
Chip brand where every chip in the packet tastes different.
An almond milk brand, except it started by someone who hates soy milk. That sounds like me.
One hour later.
The time is ticking, the mood boards are ready. Our creative professionals are running against the clock, but it's time. And they get 30 seconds each to explain their mood board. Mr. Rajesh, are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's go.
There are products like these that existed before, still exist. One thing that I started with, how to not keep anything that makes this brand borrow from the past. And I in fact, used Firefly to even generate stuff that I don't want. It's not always about what you want. We also have a section in our mood boards of what it is not. So I started off with what the product is, visualized it, this girl, young girl, opening the chips packet, many kinds of chips are from it. If anyone who joins the project late, that's the first image. This is what you're designing for. There's a design teacher in me, so I go very basic. And try to not zero into assets. This is not the stage where you do assets. This is the stage where when somebody looks at this mood board, the copywriter, photographer, AI image generationist, if at all there will be, all those people get the right cues from. Hints of typography and color and how they both come together.
I'm thinking about the person who's going to use it. They love their chai as much as they hate coffee. They are the kind of people, peaceful people, who will sit at one corner of the room and sip their chai nicely, but will also never lose an opportunity to indulge in a chai versus coffee debate, right? So yes, and it is chai, it is not the British tea. So it has to be desi, it has to be sassy with a bit of swagger, bright colors, pop colors, yeah, and a bit of that desi flair. Think matchbox art, think truck art, think South Bombay. Yeah, so that's what I've done. You would see bright colors everywhere, shades of pinks, yellows, fluorescent green, Devanagari typography here and there, and a lot of Indian motives, maximalist, like the lotus or all the floral patterns and so on. So yeah, that's what I made.
So I thought of this idea, like all the people who are stuck, obviously they are feeling a feeling, like either they are barely surviving or they're stuck or like they're feeling dead inside or spiraling, like they're not too late, they're reaching somewhere too late. So like mood-based energy drinks, the design itself could have like different words that go around, like expressive typography which says barely surviving or not again or like too late and stuff like that. And it'll be like super vibrant, like each can could be like 3 color combinations. And there will also be a QR code on it where people can join like a mood room. So whoever has got the same can, they can like join the mood room and like it'll be anonymous users and they can like feel the feeling others are feeling stuck in the traffic and like have a conversation.
So the founder here, I'm supposing, will be the protagonist in the communication also going forward. And I think we're living in the time where to break that noise, the founders needs to come out and speak directly to the audience. I've based out the feeling of the meme, the grumpy cat meme. And I think in terms of character personality that I like, if you have seen Scott Pilgrim, the Aubrey Plaza, and generally I think her role is something like where she's just like, yeah, okay, I don't care. So I'm kind of banking on making this brand relatable on the lines of irony and shared cynicism. The copywriting here, even something like this, like would be straight up ki, yes, it is better, or it tastes like, they say it tastes like cardboard, maybe it is cardboard, So, and I think in terms of the visual design, I think the familiarity aspect of this mood board would be Like globally, alternative milk is paired well with illustrative style, is paired well with, slightly more hand-drawn. I think the logo style would be something which probably will have a face. I would love if I can have a face of a grumpy person on it, and generally just poorly drawn lines.
Why do you think the color of the year was off-white?
Pantone folks are smart people. They know what they're doing. Because if it was any other color, the way they do it, yeah, people will note it down, not talk about it.
I have a hot take on this. I feel they don't know what India is doing.